Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Nursery to Varsity. It is an initiative to enlighten the global public with the knowledge of several miscellaneous fields, and I am one of the member of Nursery to Varsity. In this series of channel, I am going to teach you blockchain. So let's start our first topic. Today we are going to have a basic level understanding of blockchain. Now, how the blockchain originated. So blockchain was originated from the concept introduced by two people in 1991 named as Stuart Haber and W. Scott Stornetta. So they published a research paper originally on how to timestamp a digital document, but the techniques that they used in this research were all covered under blockchain. So year by year the technology evolved, and finally Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 published the research paper based on the term blockchain. So this was all the history of blockchain. Now you might be wondering how blockchain stands in front of artificial intelligence and machine learning and all these technologies. So let me tell you, the blockchain is a lot easier than artificial intelligence. Okay, so according to Wikipedia, a blockchain is a growing list of records called blocks which are all linked using cryptography. So we can get the idea with this example. Suppose we have got one block named as the block number 1, and then the block number 2, and then so and so a billions blocks and a billion of blocks. Okay, so all these blocks are interconnected to each other, like they are chained together. So if the data is tampered in block 2, then the further chain will get dissolved and the blockchain will fail. Okay, so this is how the concept works. That is why we call it as a blockchain. These blocks are chained together. Now let's get an idea of what is inside a block of a blockchain. So first of all, we have got a block number. So a block number can be any integer, and this is we can consider this as an auto generated field. Okay, and then the second one is the nonce. So nonce will be nonce actually makes it easier, as it uses to manipulate the hash of the block that is generated. We can use this nonce to manipulate it. The third one is the data. So this is the data, like we are storing the transactions, or in games we are using the storaging of the assets and all. And the previous hash is the hash of the previous block. Like we know that blocks are chained together, so the previous hash of block 2 is of the block 1. So we will get it clear. The hash is generated after all these four fields by using a cryptographic algorithm such as SHA-256. We produce the hash. Now let's take an example to that. Let's consider this as a block number 1. So whenever we start a new block, then the first block in that blockchain is called as genesis block. Okay, now let's take nonce as 45. Now you might be wondering, what is nonce actually? The full form of nonce is number used only once. So basically a nonce is used while we try to mine the block. So we will study this topic of mining after few lectures, so stay tuned. The data is the nursery to varsity. We can consider this as a transaction, or we can consider this any type of data. Previous hash, if as we can see that this is a genesis block, so this is the starting of a blockchain, so we don't have a previous block here, so we are considering the hash as 000. The hash is the obtained hash from all these four fields. So I hope that is clear now. I know you might be overwhelmed with all this information, but we will clear that out in future videos. Now let's quickly get a demo of how a blockchain works. So first of all, we have got a genesis block, the block number 2, block number 3, and so on. So let's take an example of data, like block number 1, nonce is 45, data is hello, previous hash is 00, and the hash is B4580F. Similarly, all these are the data of block 2 and block 3. Now if we can see, if you we see the hash of block number 2, the previous hash of block number 2 is same as the hash of genesis block, that is block number 1, same as the another one, like the block number 3 has got previous hash same of the hash of block number 2. So this is how the blockchains are linked. Okay, now if we try to tamper the data in block number 2, now what will happen? As the data changes, the hash of the block is changed with an avalanche effect, like the data changes dramatically. Okay, and then as the hash changes in the block number 2, the previous hash of the block number 3 and the hash of the block number 2 mismatches, and here the blockchain fails. So this is how the blockchain works. So this is the high level understanding of blockchain. The applications of blockchains are smart waste management, that is actually right now getting used in China, where we use Walton's chain RFID. Blockchain internet of things, that is like a very popular technology. Smart appliances, we use smart appliances to get efficient working of appliances. Supply chain management, this is the most important part. The Ethereum blockchain, as Ethereum we are going to use a technique in further videos, but the Ethereum is being originated by Microsoft Azure services. Okay, so these are all the applications of blockchain. So guys, this is all for today's lecture. Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any queries, you can either comment in the comment box or mail us at nar@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. You can see the links here, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay tuned. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.